Tell us about this transition that you made, sort of the road towards awesomeness.
Well, it never was really intentional. What happened was, I was making film and television and having a pretty good run at it. And my agent, Jeremy Zimmer at United Talent Agency, introduced me to a kid named Fred. Fred was the first YouTube star to have about 1 million subscribers, I think, when I met him, and 500 million video views of his comedy videos. I didn't really know him, but my kids and their friends did, and it was because of them I got inspired to just take a shot and make a movie with this kid. The movie went on Nickelodeon later that year and was the #1 movie for kids, teens, and tweens, and I think still the highest rated movie in the history of Nickelodeon. And from that experience, I realized, wow, if this kid from Omaha, Nebraska could build this franchise all on his own and I could come along and sort of elevate it, imagine what I could do if I really leaned into this world.
Yeah, I had heard a story about you learning from your kids. I think you were in a hotel room and they weren't turning on the television. They were just looking at their devices. I mean, is that right?
It's really true. I mean, now, that was a few years ago, now you cannot get the phones out of their hands. So my wife, who's over here right now at dinner on Friday nights, she makes everybody put their phones in the middle of the table so we actually talk to each other. But yes, it was watching their behavior that inspired me to do this. I mean, I actually tell brands all the time. I say, if you want to reach my teenage sons, you're going to have to drive to my house, hop over the fence, knock on the door, and hope that my son Miles or Justin answers, because that's probably the only way you're going to get to them, unless you're online.
Yeah, well, and this is an important point. I mean, big week in New York, ad week. Do advertisers, do the big brands, do they understand what awesomeness is?
I think they're really beginning to understand. I mean, we now have, almost 25, 26 million subscribers on our network, a couple of billion video views. But more than that, the thing that I'm most proud of is that our audience is very engaged. And by engaged, that means that they comment, they like, they favorite, and most importantly, they share our content. We just actually got some research from YouTube that says of all the entertainment channels on YouTube, we have the #1 most engagement of any channel with teens.
Before we go, we've got to talk about the DreamWorks animation. Explain what you're doing inside DreamWorks right now and where you hope that'll all go.
Well, it's been an amazing ride for me. Jeffrey Katzenberg's a pioneer in this business, and for me to sit alongside him and learn from him and help him grow our company. So next, we have Awesomeness, which is very teen and tween driven. Early next year, we'll launch Awesomeness Kids, which will be younger, and then there'll be more expansion from there. And we want to take the brand of Awesomeness and make it a global brand to compete with the likes of Disney and Nickelodeon.